Hello internet, Zafe here. Apologies for the delays, I severely underestimated how difficult Sekiro was going to be, and in general I have a rule of only reviewing games I've fully beaten. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is the latest adventure from FromSoftware, the legendary developers behind the Souls and Bloodborne series. Speaking of which, the big question on a lot of Souls players' minds is how far from the Souls formula does Sekiro deviate? The answer is simply a lot. It's a lot better to try and forget most of what you've learned from Dark Souls and Bloodborne going into this one, but more on that later. Behind one of the most brutal and more modern challenges in gaming is a gameplay focused experience with an absolutely incredible level of detail and depth, requiring a lot of skill and practice to fully delve into, but in a fair trade-off there's fewer RPG elements. You play the one-armed wolf, Sekiro, a defeated and disfigured shinobi recently brought back from the brink of death, sworn to protect the young Lord Kuro, the descendant of an ancient and powerful bloodline. You'll be carving your vengeance through a twisted Sengoku period of Japan, an age of warring states around the 1500s. Overlooking the mountainous peaks, you might recognise past locations that you were exploring earlier in the game, or you might even be able to look ahead to get a sneak peek of what's to come. It's aspects of the world design like this that make the game world feel incredible in scale, as well as real and cohesive with little to no loading times between areas. Visually, the range of areas offered in Sekiro are spectacular, from authentic Buddhist temples, Japanese castles with towering walls, to haunting plagued swamps. My personal favourite location would be the mysterious Fountainhead Palace, which was a treat to explore with a jaw-dropping mystical atmosphere and plenty of surprises. While storytelling is quite upfront, you won't be making your own custom character, but instead following the story of Sekiro, which results in a bit of a larger narrative focus with more fleshed out characters and developments through the story. Yet there's still subtle little hints of deeper story elements, or potential surprises hidden away that few will pick up on. All that said, the absolute core of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is exhilarating and adrenaline-filled gameplay. From start to finish, Sekiro is a journey of perilous encounters that require you to muster your determination, better yourself and learn how to overcome various challenges. Your main weapon is a shinobi katana, yet you've also literally got some tricks up your sleeve. Your custom shinobi prosthetic arm offers a lot of unique tools, abilities and utility. The grappling hook function adds a layer of verticality to the game, great for those quick escapes or stealthy assassinations. Speaking of stealth, it's really fun sneaking around as a shinobi and slaughtering goons, or getting an advantage on mini-bosses which are scattered about. There's lots of optional exploration, and it's worth doing on the off chance you'll find some items that might make all the difference in overcoming future challenges. It's easy to just lose yourself in the game world, with so many different options and paths available to explore, even allowing you to tackle some bosses in the order of you discovering them. I love this. But when face to face with enemies, defensive actions like blocking, dodging and parrying attacks are critical to your survival. There's some pretty tight timing required in effectively negating enemy attacks, and a steep learning curve to mastering parry attacks. Successful attacks and parries can break an enemy's posture, that'll leave them wide open for a death blow attack. It's incredibly satisfying getting the parry system down and witnessing the sparks of clashing blades, clearly demonstrating gameplay has been fine-tuned and perfected for a very high quality experience. Occasionally you're going to come across a big bad boss. These can be brutal fights that require impeccable coordination and concentration, while also needing important decisions or reactions mid-fight. Learning each boss fight in and out is the key to success, and it's almost like learning a dance, which can be very time consuming, but boss fights are designed to teach you how to play and effectively parry, with progressively more and more difficult fights. Getting to take a break from bosses in more exploration based areas is almost like a relaxing therapy. I definitely struggled for long periods of time with some bosses, especially the game's final boss, which filled me with panic and had my fingers shaking as health bars edged closer to complete depletion. But the overwhelming feeling of victory is astonishing. With anything FromSoftware produced, there's going to be an inevitable comparison with the Dark Souls series, and this time Sekiro departs from the Souls formula, sticking only with subtle elements. I think the most important comparison would be Sekiro offers perfected katana-based gameplay with a huge focus on parrying, but as a trade-off it features a lot less customization, options, and you're stuck to the one weapon type, as opposed to Dark Souls, which has more diverse playstyles, just not as fine-tuned. And something else worth mentioning, in a lot of RPGs you can grind monsters and earn level ups to get an advantage on any bosses you're struggling with. Can't quite do this in Sekiro, at least as effectively as you can in Dark Souls, which only makes Sekiro even harder. You can grind for money and skill points which provide limited bonuses, but they're not quite as impactful as RPG style level ups. If it isn't obvious by now, Sekiro is a brutally difficult game, and I really had to rise to meet the challenge. I don't hold this against the game, I actually respect their design decision to masterly craft this one with one experience in mind, without extra half-assed artificial difficulty modes that might have different health or damage modifiers. Gameplay is superb, with adrenaline-filled boss encounters that are brutal yet always fair, and I really did enjoy some of the more exploration-based locations later in the game. For me, Sekiro's biggest shortcoming has to be the departure from a lot of customization and weapon choices, which may hurt its replayability a little bit. That said, going for different endings offers potentially new boss fights for repeat playthroughs. I don't think there's ever been a game that has given me such an overwhelming feeling of accomplishment for overcoming its challenges. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice isn't just excellent, it's earned itself my legendary stamp. That's it for Sekiro. If you've been playing Sekiro, do you find it harder than Souls and Bloodborne? Post your answer in the comments, I do read all the comments, and if you enjoyed the review, hit that like button or smash that subscribe button to see my other gaming related news and content. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.